Yeah, I'm fiercely loyal. If you've followed my career at all, I stay with the same companies. I don't jump around a lot. I used the same fluorocarbon for a long time. Heck, so at first I was met with like, oh man, okay, here we go. Let's give it a whirl. And fishing with it right away, I love the knot strength of it. No, we're talking from the heavy stuff all the way down to the light stuff, 6 and 20 and everything in between. Love the sizes, the 18, the 16. I really like those key sizes that we have. Whether it's bait casting, I'm using straight fluoro. I use that a lot. I don't generally use leaders too often when I'm using bait casting gear. If I would be, I'd still be, tying Mastiff on, which I do every now and then, flipping milfoil and stuff, put 20 pound on and tie on a little FT knot with it there. But from spinning tackle, from the super light stuff that we just had out here on Lake Ontario, all the way, to Florida and stuff, and went some big ones out with chatterbaits out of the grass and stuff. Mastiff has got my back. The technology when you when it sends down that knot is really nice. My knots are cleaner, they look better, and I don't think you can break the stuff. I know that I've sat there and pulled, and the only thing that really breaks it is the scissors. I mean, the number one, most everything is breaking off fish is not acceptable. And that's between both the line manufacturer and the fisherman, to make sure that zebra mussels can wreak havoc. Even just catching too many bass at once and not cutting that off, their teeth can kind of and then the manufacturer makes sure that they're making a line that doesn't just break. So as long as the line doesn't break, that's going to be number one. Number two, I put in endless time trying to figure out new knots. From that FG knot, mastering it, I don't even know how to do the other ones anymore. A fellow staffer and elite pro, Cooper Yolan, on a drop shot that I noticed he was using drop shot knot, and I'm all over him, I try that, I like that. Constantly trying to get it better. So when you all of a sudden have a new technology involved in there that's going to make that knot cinch down, that's going to be your weakest point if your knot's not perfect. And to be able to have that kind of cinch in there and get it nice and tight, just a nice clean knot, everything looks good. I mean, if it looks funny, I cut it and redo it right away. So it's a great line for me all the way around. It'd be easier to go this way. I'm throwing Power Pro braid when I'm throwing a frog, or I'm flipping mats, something very heavy vegetation, top water, so I can cast it a little bit further. But nothing that needs to be on the bottom. It's on the bottom. I'm going to prefer fluorocarbon. It sinks. It helps your bait present naturally, and it honestly has more feel on a limp line. So if you're sitting there, you're pulling, and your line goes, you still feel that all the way back through when they go and can pick it up. Braid, you got to have a tighter line to feel that. So anytime I'm using moving baits, reaction baits, jerk baits, cranking, throwing a Macbeth around, any of that kind of stuff is going to be fluorocarbon 100% of the time. A football jig, and then of course smallmouth type stuff. Deep cranking stuff like little smaller smallmouth type bait, stuff like that. I'm using 12. Anytime I want my bait to get deeper than it's supposed to go, something like that, I'm going to go down to that 12 jerk bait, sometimes 10 on these clear northern fisheries like Mille Lacs and here and stuff that I'm throwing to get a little bit better action out of that lighter line. And then 16 and 18 I found for majority of the tournaments that I'm fishing largemouth, and even just casting gear for smallmouth, that 16 to 18 is and then 20 are pretty much unstoppable. It's invisible, the fish can't see it and nearly as well as they can braid, and again, you can just kind of hit them hard and get them in the boat. Oh, it's awesome. Yeah, no, they love it. It helped me build my confidence in a new line right away, just because it's not just me using it. I'm watching everybody using it. I'm seeing sometimes where a 5-pound smallmouth will rake them against a boulder full of zebra mussels, and that thing looks like shredded cheese coming all the way back, but the fish is in their hands and they're smiling and all that. So it's been a great tool. Been a great tool for that. Been super successful year guiding and stuff with it. So and that's the thing. Even the tough year fishing tournaments, it was never breaking off fish. That's never ever been really an issue for me. But again, a lot of that goes back to the unprecedented hours I go and try to perfect my setup, because as I said before, it doesn't come natural for me, so I need every break I can get.